Hi, my name is Reynolds and I'm a part of the quantum movement. I want to share with you today a simple approach, something that you can apply each and every day, and something we're going to start to offer to guide, to support people who want to find a different level of leadership within themselves. People who want to go beyond what they're being told, want to go beyond what they've already learnt, and start to apply something in such a simple way that can make a very profound difference in their own life, to reach their own state of personal governance, to stop getting caught up in the volumes of information of what is right and wrong. For many of us, this particular situation has brought up levels of anxiety, levels of uncertainty. But that is life. There is not one particular moment in life where you know what is going to happen. You have ideas, you have bookings, you have schedules, but you have no idea what's going to happen, how it's going to happen, and when it's going to happen. The whole very nature that people are going through at the moment in this ability to stop has brought about a level of attention that has previously not been practiced. People are being called to question their very beliefs, their way of life, the way that they have been living. Has it been supporting them? I mean, is your life become something so different during this time, or has it not missed a beat? Because for me, I'm not finding much difference at all. I live the same way, I do mostly the same things, and I spend a lot of time with myself anyway, so for me I don't notice a massive difference, and I know for some people the difference is significant. And for some that may be traumatic, and that's a choice. And I know for some of you that'll be a challenge to hear, that you didn't choose to be this way, I didn't choose for this to happen to me, but you didn't choose to find other things that may have supported you. That when is it that we then find through trauma and through crisis that we now need to make a change? Why is it that we wait for that particular period? Why is it that we don't, from a place of power, a place of our own clarity, that we don't step from one great moment to a next great moment? Why is it that we need pain to go back into? Why do we need to allow ourselves to get into a state of anxiety to justify to other people that we're not happy so that we can make the change, so that we can move forward? For many of us, it's difficult to make change when everything seems to be going right, when everything seems to be in order. But if you made change when things were in order, wouldn't that be a stable ground to move from? Wouldn't that make more sense as far as how you could elevate yourself, how you could navigate from a solid foundation, from a solid base? That's what success is all about, the people who move from a strong position into a stronger position. People who are not experiencing success tend to go from a weaker position into a little bit stronger than what they were previously, but only stronger by the weakness that they were currently experiencing or previously experiencing. For many of us, we're getting the opportunity to change things, and things that have been in place that we haven't liked for a hell of a long time. A relationship, a friendship, a location, whatever it may be in our own life, we're getting called to, we're getting offered an opportunity to change that. My suggestion is to embrace the chaos that exists. Recognize it's there in every particular moment because it's not going away. Adversity is not going away either. These particular things are there always. When we go out to meet them, we can choose how we want to address them. But when we are confronted by them, when they land on our doorstep, we are now in a state of reaction, which brings about anxiety, which brings about fear, which gets us caught up in the unknown. And we start to blame what's going on around us, rather than accepting full responsibility that we created this particular place, and to recognize that responsibility is very much determined by the fact that I believe I can change this, that I believe I can improve it. It's not about blame, like a schoolyard idea that, oh, he was the one that was responsible, she was the one that was responsible, she did this, he did that. Responsibility is about freedom. It's about you choosing to say, yeah, I'm aware of this and I don't like it, but I believe I can change it. And I'm going to take responsibility to make that change, to do it the way that I want to do it. I'm not going to take that liberty away from anyone else. I want to do it for myself. So what's a way that you can do that? I want to share that with you. And most simply, and as I said, we're going to start up an opportunity for people to learn more about this, is simply to get a pen and paper, to find yourself first thing in the morning. As soon as you get out of bed, go to a place where that pen and paper is and just start writing and purging out your thoughts. Write it down on a piece of paper. Let it all out. This is not about enlightenment. This is not about finding bliss and joy. This is about releasing the toxic things that we take on each and every day. Whether we like it or not, you're inflicted by thoughts, other people's energies, other people's impacts upon your life. That will never change, whether you like it or not. The very nature of this is for you as an individual just to start a practice where you start to release, where you start to let go of all the things that you're taking on consistently and regularly. And I'd suggest to you, in a very basic summation or brief understanding of at this particular point, is to get that pen and paper and write down whatever it is that's coming through you at that moment. Get up. First thing when you get up, prioritize yourself, pen and paper, and start writing and releasing. Now, some of the things to be aware of might be that I hate myself. I don't like this. I'm scared. I'm fearful. I'm not good enough. I don't want to be here. I hate my relationship. I hate my life. I hate my kids. Whatever it may be, the very nature of these particular things which people suppress because they don't want to associate with them. They think they're negative. The problem with these types of things, these thoughts, they become toxic when they're suppressed, when they're held onto and maintained within us. This is what creates an internal environment. Our ability and our authority to be able to let go of them, to be able to observe them being released, is something that we're not taught, something that we don't understand, and it's such a simple practice that makes such a massive difference if you apply it. I'm going to share more upon this, but until we do, first thing in the morning, start off by just getting in, sitting in a seat. No breathing's needed, no meditation's required. Just stop. Recognize yourself for a couple of moments. Whether it's good or bad, just acknowledge it. Like, take a photo of that moment in your own awareness. Get a pen and start writing whatever thought is coming through you, whatever idea is coming through you. Whatever is coming through you at that particular point, write it down and let it go. The very nature of this is to purge in the same way that you go to the bathroom of a morning each and every day. If you don't let go, things don't go so well. Energetically, this is critical. Those of you that have issues with mental health, those of you that have issues with doubt, fear, lack of self-belief, and a range of other physical conditions are all created by this same thing of holding on to the crap in our life that doesn't belong, the toxicity. The very nature of doing this releases energy, releases toxins from your cells, releases things at a very deep level. The problem is for most people is it's so simple that it becomes complex. 5 minutes, put a timer on, first thing in the morning, write whatever comes through you and don't stop until that 5-minute timer is finished. If you want to go beyond that, but don't stop before it. Once you've completed writing it, I would suggest just hold on to those sheets for a very good reason, which we'll explain later on. For the first couple of weeks, it's about understanding what you're going through. But a little share on what it is that you can do at these times in a very powerful way. But just remember this. You might do it just once. You might do it randomly, or you might do it occasionally. You might do it once and then suddenly you get interrupted by life or by the family or whatever's going on in your house. You need to make a decision to do this. My suggestion is don't start doing it unless you can come to terms with your own self to make a decision that you've got 5 minutes each day, at the start of each day, to release and let go of all the things that do not serve you. I hope that assists, and if there's any questions that you have, by all means ask them below. Be happy to assist, but we will be in the next week setting up a place where we can start to teach people this at a deeper level. This is a program that we teach to a lot of private clients, a process that it's got a lot of depth, but it's extremely simple, and it can have a great impact on those that are suffering from any level of anxiety or fear or doubt. Those things will be gone in a very short period of time. But the key is that once you practice this, they are gone for good, and you recognize that you're the one that's in control of the way that you feel by what it is that you're holding on to. Anyway, I look forward to sharing more with you, and any questions in the meantime, as I said, lay them down below, and look out over the next week or so for more information about how we can assist you further with this process. Till we meet again on the inside, enjoy you.